excited because I love my lives, and I'm also, as you know, going live on TikTok, which I greatly enjoy. I had put up some posts that have been getting quite a bit of traction. So if you are on my YouTube live or my TikTok live, go and look at my latest posts. And I'm excited to talk this morning because I had to take off some days. I was exhausted. And I'm also sitting in a space of being okay with resting. And I entitled this live Dating and Confidence because they're really one and the same. They're really one and the same, meaning that if you do not feel confident with yourself, that shows. That definitely shows. Thank you, DJ Bounce, Mr. Freddie Flex, for sharing the live. Let's get this, let's start liking the live and get these likes up so it can get out to more people. And as I said, yeah, I'm excited because I'm in a space of allowing allowing myself to rest, allowing what I need, just allowing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the roses. Oh, wow, this is fantastic. I love all of the gifts already. I'm seeing that I love when a man sends me roses. I do love flowers and I love gifts, so continue to send the gifts. Thank you, John Towles. Thank you for the roses and all of the gifts. So I had just put up some posts about confidence. And confidence shows in everything you do, meaning if you show up confident, you like yourself, you love yourself, you're not trying to contort yourself for others, people like that because you like that. You like yourself when you just show up confidently as you. Not, do you like this? What do you like? Can I do more of this? Can I do more of that? Nah, baby, I'm me. I'm showing up as me and you gonna love me. That's why I always say, you gonna love me. What's not to love? What's not to love? But how do we show up as that? What do we need to do to get to a space where we can show up and say, I like who I am, I love who I am? And how will that attract others to us? Well, first of all, it does start with you. And it starts with doing that simple work of asking, do I actually like myself? Do I know myself? Do I know hobbies that I like to do? Do I even have a hobby that I like to do? Is my self-talk always negative? Am I constantly saying how I don't like myself, how I don't like my body, how I haven't been in the gym, how I haven't traveled, how I haven't just liked anything that I do, how people don't like me, how people need to do this, how people need to do that. Let me tell you, if that's what you're saying, people won't want to be around you because you don't even want to be around yourself. Oftentimes, people are just a reflection of us. And if we aren't liking ourselves, it will show. Note, I'm not saying if people don't like you, you're terrible. Sometimes people are a reflection of where we are at in the moment. And when I made this post about confidence in dating, I had gone out and I am very confident. I really enjoy my company. Now, enjoying your company will tell you something. If you don't like to be by yourself, you need to ask yourself why. If you're constantly running from yourself, if you constantly have to have music on or TV on or be around people because you don't feel comfortable just in your space, that can be a good indication of how you just feel about yourself. And to be in a space where we're comfortable with ourselves takes those questions of asking in solitude. Notice, I didn't say by yourself, I said in solitude with yourself. How do I feel about myself? How do I feel about my body? Do I tell myself great things? Do I tell myself I like myself? Do I tell myself I love myself? Do I tell myself I love my body? Thank you for continuing to like the live. Do I tell myself I'm proud of myself? Do I tell myself you're deserving of love? You're deserving of friendship. You're deserving of a relationship that is comforting and welcoming and fun. Or do you say, I'm not deserving of that? No one will like me. I don't even like me. I don't like my body. We can find out so much of ourselves by just how we talk to us. How we talk to us. And as I was out with this gentleman, he had said, Hope, are you playing hard to get? I was like, no, I am hard to get. I don't have to play. I don't have to play hard to get. I am hard to get. You have me now at the dinner now, but baby, as soon as the dinner's done, I'm out of here. And I say that because I only am going to be in spaces that I want to be in. I don't need to be around you to make me feel worthy. I don't need to be around you to make me feel good about myself. Thank you, Calm Choice, for sharing the live. I don't need the gifts that you give me to make me feel better about myself. And I've had this before where I've had gentlemen in my lives who have always, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Faye, for sharing the live, who bought me things and took me to places. But here's the thing, and I've shared this before. I was a flight attendant for 15 years, so I've been everywhere. I've been all around the world, over 60 countries, and lived abroad. I am great with money. Money loves me. Money always comes to me. And within dating, in some aspects, travel is a way not to keep someone, but to attract someone. You can't really impress me. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere far before you have. And I can still take myself there. So we can cut that out. You cannot entice me with travel because you probably want to put me on an economy flight to somewhere where I wouldn't even go. If you're talking about somewhere like Cancun, I'm not going there. The places that I'm going, not only do you not know where they are, you may not even, it may make you feel uncomfortable. Okay. Secondly, if it's something as far as money, BWOB Cosmetics. Hello, hello, hello. If it's money, you can't buy me. And I share that because anyone in my lives, I will share, I lost my father about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I'm a daddy's girl. He was exceptional. He put me into spaces. So there's really nothing any man can do for me that my father hasn't done for me or that I do not do for myself. So in that way, you can't really entice me. So if it's not with money, if it's not with travel, how else can you entice me in? You have to actually have a personality and something about you that will make me want to be around you. And let me share this. There's several people, you don't have much going for you other than how you can show off, meaning your personality isn't that vibrant, meaning the spaces that you've been in allow you to shine, but that's only because of those spaces. Once you start moving around, it may not be so attractive to everyone. Thank you. I'm always going to be transparent. That's me as a speaker. I can share what I've experienced because it will help someone. And BWOB, let me share this with you. Why not? Too many people want to make up a story that they haven't lived. I've lived it. Let's really go toe to toe. I've lived it. When I see on this app, which I do love this app, talk about travel, I've been doing it for 20 years. When I first moved abroad, that was in 2008. So, and I first moved to, when I moved to London, I was 24. I've lived a lot. I've lived a lot of life. I've lived several lives. And I will always say, go live. Quit listening to people. A lot of these mofos haven't done it. They saw something online and they built a story around it, but they haven't done it. There's a difference when you've actually done it. And it's the same with dating or just in your life. It shows. It shows. Me as a professional speaker, I was invited to speak at my high school. I'm doing that next Friday. The beauty of that is I can go back and say, this is what I've done in this over 20 years since I've left. You're seeing it. I'm not making this up. I didn't take this from a book. Let me be honest with you. I was in AP classes. I was one of the smart kids. I was like this. I was always talking. I didn't even walk with my class. So what? I share that freely to say anything that happens to you doesn't have to stop you from your next success. If you had a bad breakup, that doesn't stop you from finding love. That's a lesson that you can learn to build yourself to attract what you need. But if I was always sheltering that and not telling people that and not being transparent, I'm not even allowing myself to grow. And the point of life is to grow. Thank you for the roses. With every gentleman in my life, with the exception of one, my high school boyfriend, I left because I said, you know what? There's something here. There's more. There's more. Or maybe I don't feel good about this. Or maybe something feels off. But I'm not going to continue to place myself in a situation where I'm not thriving. And I know this ain't right for me. And it's not always the easiest thing. In fact, sometimes it's the most difficult thing you will ever do to walk away from someone that you care about, that you grew into, that you grew up with, that you have a reverence for. But you have to say, baby, you gotta go. There's more for me. There's more for me. There's more for us. I want you to grow. If it's meant to be, we'll come back together. And that has happened. But if I steadily want to keep you and keep me and not grow and not see what else there is for me, that is not the best for me. I'm never going to be afraid of my growth. But if you're afraid of your growth, if you're afraid you won't find something, well, for Kirti, please clarify, because when I read feel insecure, they want to use that against me. What I'm really reading is your feeling of not being in power. You're powerful. Understand the power you possess in every moment. Stand in your power. Stand in your power. How can someone use your power against you when you are unaware of the power you've always had? What's up, Miss Light? You're powerful. It's never anything outside of us. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy. Well, I'm not seeing you. I'm seeing your light. I'm seeing your stars. I'm seeing the high. I love to see you in my lives. I send so much healing energy to you in every way. When you stand in your power, you can understand that there's nothing that can be used to take away your power. So let's start there. And it's never about calling you out. It's about calling you in. Yes, our energies need to collide. Yes. This is why when I walk out in the world, when I speak, you feel that power. I know my power. I own it, whether it's a flaw, whether it's a failure, which doesn't exist. These are all, what's up, Naden? These are all lessons that we use to empower us. So there was a time where I thought it was powerful to hurt someone. In reality, what I then saw is, oh, I'm only hurting myself. That's something within me. What's up, baby girl? I'm from heaven, Naden. I cannot find power in hurting someone because I'm only hurting myself. The most empowered, confident people would never want to speak ill on anyone, bring anyone down, bring anyone out of their power. And I remember this because I was in relationship with someone and they did something that hurt me. It broke me for years. For years. I'm doing fantastic. I'm glowing in the sun. I feel empowered, and money has only increased in every way, in every moment. I thought it would be empowering to go and betray my partner. And the feeling that I felt, thank you, Miss Light, we are, afterwards was one of the most disempowering feelings that I've ever felt. Because I thought, well, if they could do it, I could do it. Can you talk to me, please? I don't know what that means. You're hearing me speak. What do you want to talk about? You can cash app me to talk to me, but as a professional speaker, people actually pay to have me come speak. But I don't know what you want to talk to me about. So there's that. I do deserve it all. I have it all. So even in dating, and it always comes back to you. When I speak of confidence, and everyone on my TikTok live, you can go to my link in bio, click my link in bio. The first link is my TED Talk. It comes back to us. It's never anything outside of you. When I gave my TED Talk, that was the freest that I felt. I went on the TED stage with no shoes. I had to say, I'm going to do this. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have to do this my way. I have to do this my way. I cannot conform. I just have to do it my way. Thank you for the roses. Your confidence will take you to spaces that you never knew. Thank you for the heart, Puff. And this is especially in dating. Because in dating, it's really a reflection of you. I was out having dinner with someone, and as I said, I love 2 dates in a day. I love a breakfast date and a dinner date. Why not? But the comfort that I feel in just being myself shows. And I will say this is truthfully why I have such an easy time attracting people, because I'm good in my skin. I am not contorting and acting to get you to like me. Yes, exactly. And if you made the decision to start, it really means you've stepped into a place of loving yourself. To be able to show up and show out and be in conjunction with others means that you're just in alignment with yourself. And when I was out on this dinner date, there's a much more relaxed nature when you're not trying. I'm not trying. If it's working, it will just work. When it works, it just is easy. But it starts with us. I'm not judging and saying, why would they say that? Why would they do that? What? That means that's a space of judgment. And maybe it's a space of stepping back and just allow people to show up. It's not for you to question why they did this, why they said that, why they didn't say this, why they didn't do that. That they're them. We're all on our own individual paths. But the moment that we step into a space, thank you, Meg, for the rose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the heart me's. When you're in a space of judgment of one other person outside of you, it really means you're judging yourself. And that's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Meg. It is okay to judge yourself, because you can ask, why am I so judgmental of me? How does that empower me? How does that show the love for me? How does that help me? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it came from a family member or a past partner that was judging. And so you've just picked it up. Yeah, and Meg, I'll call you in, not call you out. I don't see things as good or bad. So it's never that that is bad. It's just the observation of, is that empowering for me? Is that beneficial? Is that beneficial? See, because when I look at it in that way, I can say, oh, I can just like shift. I can just shift. I can shift because that might have been a space where, and I love that you deserve it all. Thank you, baby girl. I love being able to shift and see, hey, how can I use this to grow? How can I, thank you, Meg, for sharing the live. How can I use this to empower myself? Where did I learn this from? How can I release this? Thank you, Miss Light, for sharing the live. That's what it comes down to. I do not stand in a space of that person shouldn't have done this. I don't know why that person did this. I'm not going to say what they should or shouldn't have done. I don't know what they were taught. All I know is that we met at this moment in our lives. I do not know what transpired from the moment they were born to this moment. For me to try to pick that apart is impossible because I'm only seeing it from my perspective in life. Yeah, and that's even okay. See, when a lot of confidence comes from grace for yourself. I give myself grace. I didn't know. I give myself grace when I started to travel and when I lived in other countries or I learned other languages. I started learning different aspects of life. But until you do, you're really stuck in one frame. And there's nothing wrong with being in one frame. The beauty is being able to see, oh, I can just have a different perspective. Thank you, Kiara. I can just shift. And when you start shifting, everything shifts. All of the things that you see shift. Yes, and let me share with you, and I say this in all of my talks, and thank you for everyone both on my TikTok live and my YouTube live. I stream on my YouTube channel, Hope is Speaking, as well as my Hope is Speaking TikTok. I'm always speaking because I'm working out speeches when I speak in person. Swerve! That's right, I love a good swerve. Yes, solo travel. Kiara, continue that. I would know. As someone who was a flight attendant for 15 years, over 60 countries, most of my travel, all of my travel has been solo. All of it. Hopping on and off of buses, trains, planes, automobiles, hitchhiking, all of that. I've done that. I've done that. Oh, where are you going to Costa Rica? I spent a month there about 2 years ago throughout the Pacific coast. So I was all throughout the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, which I love. What I was saying is, yes, I work out a lot on these lives because my next speech is at my high school where I'm speaking to young girls. And so I practice a lot of my speaking here. So thank you for being here. And let me speak about solo travel because I know a lot of that. I always say anyone who has traveled, probably everyone on both of these lives, if I combined everyone's locations and multiplied it times 100, it still probably wouldn't amount to the amount of places that I've been to. Especially as a woman, the courage to just travel is the cheat code. That is the cheat code. Because, and I don't know why this is said, but it's often said, oh, you're a woman, you shouldn't do that. Don't tell me, I don't listen to that. That is such an outdated perspective. And it's not encouraging, it's not uplifting at all. Just because I was born in this body does not mean I'm prone to something unfavorable happening to me. Okay, so I will share that. I push back on that to tell any young woman to say, don't go out at night, don't travel. I can do everything and I do it well. So move to the side and let me do it. Oh, that's wonderful. That's excellent, Meg. Yeah, yeah. Me too, Kiara. I'll send you a message because that's what I'm on, and that's what I've been doing since 2006. You stop thinking that you're brave, and you start just knowing the beauty that you are. So when I say this area of courage, whether it's dating, whether it's traveling, whether it's starting a business, whether it's showing up as your authentic self, that's wonderful to find your people. I know about that. That is lovely. Yeah. I just take out all of the stats, Miss Light. I don't really, I'm fearless. And I remember I was on a date and the person said, what are you fearful of? I said, nothing. Here's the other thing. Why would I tell you what I'm fearful of? Also understand that. Even if I was afraid of something, why would I tell you? Why would I tell you? But I walk through life fearless because I know I have everything in me to solve anything that I may come across at any time in my life. Anything. I've been deported from countries. I've almost been arrested in the UAE. I was ran over by a motorcycle in Buenos Aires. I've had all of these things, and I'm here talking to you now. The beauty is the story, what I learned from it, and how I grew an extra layer of courage. I ain't got time to listen to someone who hasn't done it. I'm out here doing it. And I know it's possible. And every time you accomplish something new, you acquire a new layer of courage. And that's the beauty in it. Oh, well, yeah, I was kicked out of the UK after living there for several years. But, what's up, Nia? The beauty is the courage to do it. I love that. I love that. The beauty is the courage of, yeah, I'm doing it. Well, you shouldn't. Okay. I don't even push back against anyone that says that. Thank you, Meg. I wouldn't do it. You haven't done anything. Why would I ask you? And I say that to people. Well, I wouldn't do it. Great. That's fantastic. But why? Listen, when I start listening to words in only empowering or not empowering, I can filter out a lot. You sharing with me your fear just tells me your fear. That's not empowering. Maybe it's empowering for you to constantly solidify the fear you have in yourself. But I'll go anywhere at any time. I'm fearless. Yeah, see, and I think I've never stayed in a hostel. However, it doesn't matter. What you've done and how it's grown and worked for you is the best thing for you. This is why I never take offense. There's nothing that anyone can do or say to offend me. And this also goes for me being a flight attendant, working on the plane. It doesn't matter. I also grew another skin after my father died at the end of December. Okay? A lot of this doesn't matter. What feeds me is the encouraging words that I send to others. Let me tell you also, my speaking is an act of love. Okay? My speaking can encourage someone to try. My speaking can encourage someone to love themselves. My speaking can encourage someone to say, I can do it. My speaking can encourage someone to see that what they have is enough. I'm not worried about anything outside of that. Thank you, Miss Light. And I share that because really it is, I share my grief journey because all of us have encountered that. All of us have encountered that. And the reality also is, I do feel this is what I have, and this is what's getting me through this area of grief. I don't really care about much else. I love to speak. I found something that I've always known I have, and I learned it through my father. And I've done a lot in life. When I say I've over 60 countries and lived abroad, and my career in flying, and I helped to work with the unions, and then I've done modeling and fashion adjacent, and then I moved to Hawaii, and I lived in New York, I lived in London, I lived in Paris, I lived in Jersey, I lived in DC. I'm back in California. I've done a lot. But I found something that can add to others, and that adds to my life. So when I say I'm never affected by anything negative or what someone has to tell to me, I'm very honest about that. You see, when you find something, and this has to do with confidence, and as I shared, The link in my bio has my TED Talk, and I was so excited to share with my dad because I did my TED Talk in Germany in October, and it's what I speak about as a motivational speaker. It's us. It's never anything outside of me. I am going to speak at my high school where I didn't even walk with my class after being in AP classes and every advanced thing. Why? Because I talked a lot. It's not because I don't have the intelligence. I just thought socializing and talking was the thing. How empowering is that? For me to go back after accomplishing all of these things and say, even if your grades aren't great, you can still have a great, successful life. That may change someone. That's so empowering. This is why I say this is not all I have, but this is what I have to give back, and it's really helping me through a difficult time. When I decided to leave college, because I knew I'm smart, I can solve things, I've done this, I've done that. My parents have poured into me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Meg. I'm so appreciative of that. Please do, because I always say it's you, it's you, it's you. Thank you, Meg. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate your words. Continue to travel. I will send you a message, and thank you for the gifts that you sent. The hardest part in life is accepting that the beauty is you that you've been running from. And this is the same with dating. I've had several events, thank you, where I pushed away people that loved me. I pushed them away. And I pushed them away because I didn't think that I was worthy of it. I pushed them away because I was afraid of it. I pushed it away because if I'm this successful speaker, they may not like me because they may feel I will outshine them. In reality, I was pushing myself away. In reality, I was telling myself, you know what? You don't want anyone to get too close to you because they may see the truth of you. And the truth of you is you're not good enough. You were pushing everything away for fear of you not being good enough. And how often have we done that? How often have we said, they don't want me, they don't like me, they don't like my skin, they don't like who I show up as, I talk too much, I don't have the right job, I don't have enough money, I don't dress. No, that's you giving yourself the excuse. The real journey is to be so in love with yourself that you attract exactly what's for you, and you know what's for you, and you don't push it away. You know, oh, whoa, I'm starting to feel a little of that lack of worthiness, and that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, that happens. But I'm worthy. I get up every morning and I tell myself that I'm lovable. I love myself. I am worthy. I am capable of love. I am safe with love. I am powerful. I speak these beautiful affirmations into me because we have to constantly tell ourselves this. And even in conjunction with others, if someone doesn't message me or call me back, that's quite all right. I'm never going to chase someone because I don't chase love. Love is already me. I don't chase anything that's not for me because if it's for me, it comes with ease and it stays with ease. And I also know that I'm worthy of it. I also know that I'm worthy of a great relationship and great friendships and a great career. I am no longer in a space where I say, that's not for me because I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not thin enough. Whatever we fill in that blank with, because we are enough. We're enough just in this moment. You don't need anything else. You're enough now. You're enough right now. You're enough right now. Remember that. There is nothing more that you need. In this moment, you are enough. It's not about an amount of money or a car or a home or in this moment, you are enough. And I have to remind myself of that all the time. All the time. This is a constant thing, especially when we are looking to be with others. And in dating, it's a great way to see where you are. Thank you, Art and Utopia. It's a great way to see where you are. If someone says, you know what, oh, I don't like the dish that you ordered on the menu, and you automatically want to fight them, it may show a little bit of defensiveness. Thank you for the finger hearts, Nia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so laid back that sometimes people are like, Hope, do you even like me? Like, yeah, I just allow you to show up though. I'm not picking you apart. Thank you for the heart, me, Nia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not trying to pick you apart. Thank you for the breath. Thank you for all the gifts, Nia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love the gifts. I've been getting so many gifts. I've been getting so many gifts. Let me tell you. Okay. I also am big into saying that. I'm gifted. I receive so much favor. People just open the door for me. People just love me. I say these things in the mirror. I journal them. And it's been happening. Even when I was out on my dates, like having the door open. I love that. I love that. I love the door being opened. I love the door being closed for I love all of that. You see how I just smile? But you got to believe that it's for you. You may feel uncomfortable if someone opens the door if you don't feel worthy for it. And I remember I was with someone and I said, yeah, I love when you open the door. And he said, yeah, but it doesn't matter. And I thought, well, it's not going to matter in a minute because I'm about to be gone if you keep talking like that. I'm about to be gone. It doesn't matter, Hope. It doesn't matter. I was like, okay, you not going to matter. You not going to matter. Okay? Now, if you want to talk to me like that, that's why you in the past, my friend. It matters to me. And that's okay too. I don't need to thank you, Clara loves books. I love books too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And even that, Clara loves books said, you are so pretty. If I did not feel worthy of that, I would say, oh, no, I don't. I don't have any makeup. I don't. See how you take a compliment. You see how I said, oh, thank you. I didn't say, oh, thank you. You're probably pretty too. Oh, thank you. No, I don't feel good. No, 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 no. See how you can easily take a compliment. That shows you how you are viewing yourself. I could take the compliment as a compliment. Kiara, it's the truth, man. I've been in these streets and in these skies. I know a little something, okay? Here's the other thing. There was a gentleman, and yeah, that's right, Nia. It takes one to know one. Beauty knows beauty, beauty sees beauty. I remember I went out with someone, and he immediately fell in love, which they do. I tell them, listen, you gonna fall in love with me. You ain't never met you a Hope. I can tell you, Hope is gonna change your life, and I will. Okay. However, when you start grasping on, that's too much, baby. That is too much. Can I kiss you? No. 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 Okay, I'm going to kiss you on your cheek. I just told you no. That means you just violated a boundary, which also means I'm not going to be seeing you ever again. All it takes is that, because I told you no. And you violated a boundary both verbally and physically. You are never going to see me again. So keep this vision, because you ain't going to see me again. You immediately, good morning. Dude, you met me 8 hours ago. And I get it, because I am fantastic. I actually get it. I do. And I get it all the time. I've never met anyone like you. I know. You are so fun. I know. I know. We're talking about dating and confidence. We're kind of jumping around. But, and Nia, I had gone on some dates last weekend, which was great because I love a date. I love a date. And you know, I'm very transparent on my lives. And I'm working through these speeches because, as I said, my next big speech, I'm speaking to the girls at my former high school. So I'm working through actually what I'm going to speak about at the school. And I'll be going live and I'll have a camera crew and all these things. What's up, Brian? Going in hot, safety off. So I had shared with the person, yeah, you're coming in a bit strong, which I get because I'm amazing. I really am. I look good. Booty's tight. Booty is nice and cupped. Legs are just fantastic. Arms are chiseled. Skin is glowing. Curls are popping. Teeth are fantastic. Eyes are bright. Skin is just looking real good over here. Hey, hey. And I talk like this. I talk like this, and they fall in love. And it's because I love me. With or without you, I'm going to be fine, baby. I'm going to be fine, okay? And my mom was like, well, he needs to watch out for you. Listen, if he can stick around for longer than a week, because I got a lot going for me. I got a lot going for me. I'm preparing for this big speech at the high school. There's some other things that have come up. And I also realized I am not emotionally available. And we're talking about dating and confidence. I'm not emotionally available. It hit me a few days ago. I love a date. The reality is, in this moment, am not emotionally available. I'm not. I'm still in this space of grief with my father dying. I am building my extremely successful career, and I have a lot of big things coming up. I'm really not separating my drive to pour into a relationship. And the beauty of why I'm sharing this is I got to be honest with people. I'm not in the space of ghosting anyone. No, I don't think you have to be emotionally available to go on a date. I'm not emotionally available to be in a relationship. And it possibly could be, I'm just not emotionally available for you because you ain't it. Listen, if you it, oh, I'm emotionally available, but I tapped in and said, oh, I'm not emotionally available for you, okay? For you. Someone else probably, but if you hit me immediately in the morning, how you doing? Let's talk. I talk professionally, really. I'm paid to speak. If I don't always want to speak. And yes, Brian, I'm not attached to the outcome. However, I value my ability to communicate with myself and others. I value my ability to say, I've had a great time with you. And we can stay in contact loosely. However, I am not, thank you, Christine, for the follow. I am not looking to be talking to your ass every day. I got to encourage others as well as myself, baby. It ain't here. But you see how good that feels for someone to tell you instead of them just disappearing? Instead of them just not picking up your calls? No, I got to hold myself to the standard that I want someone to communicate with me. There's that part. You can be ready to date, but if you're not ready to effectively communicate with yourself and another person, you may not be there yet. And I share that because a lot of people speak about dating, but you're not ready to communicate. You're not ready to say, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with intimacy. I'm not comfortable with this. And I had shared with the person, like, no, that's a boundary. But that's because I'm comfortable with sharing this. I'm comfortable with sharing this. Will I have a life partner? Of course. And I trust that I will. I really trust that it's timing. Because a lot of it, which I told one of my former partners, I told him, my personal success in my chosen career means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. It doesn't mean that I can't have you and have it, but I will probably put that in front of my relationship with another person because it adds to me, it fuels me. I have to shift everything in me to build this. I'm an entrepreneur. I got to push myself. It's all of that. You can be here with me and be beside me or away from me, but baby, there's things in life I got to do. And I really feel a connection with sharing my voice and inspiration with others. Men are always there. I say men and money are always there. I'm never at a lack. It's never that they're not going to be there. Okay. That's the easiest thing to get. And I love them both. Okay. Every man in my life, including my daddy. And that's one thing why I know I'm so great in relationship. I had a great example. I had a great father. I ain't tripping off of a dude. I'm not trying to chase or find you. I know me. I found me. You better chase me down, baby. Because as soon as I'm out, as soon as I can't see you, I forget about you. It's not that I'm replacing you. It's just that my life is so full. My life is so full of love and goals and health and beauty that you are an addition. You aren't the only thing. You're an addition. And life feels different that way. Life feels different when your partner is a wanted addition, not, I need you to feel good. I need you to feel worthy. I need you to feel love. I already feel all of that in every moment of the day. In every moment of the day. That's why I can be honest and say, listen, you ain't it. I am. I add to you. I am my favorite. You go feel terrible when you're not around me because I'm just so great. How about that? I'm just so great. And they say, Hope, you are the best person I've ever met. I know. Trust me. Thank you, Kiara, for the follow. I know. Oh, I know. I know this. This just comes from me fulfilling my life with what I love. And it ain't always a partner. A partner is great. They are. Trust me, I love you all. A golden retriever partner? I like that. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I like that. Ah, yeah. I like that, Priscilla. I like that. And Priscilla, I have a sister named Priscilla, so you stand out. I'm sharing this all because when you venture into that space of dating, a lot of times people can just gauge how you feel about yourself. And this is why I always say it comes back to us. It comes back to us. It comes back to us. I feel great within myself. I feel secure within myself. I feel loved within myself. I feel beautiful within myself. I'm not begging that from you. I already have it. I hope I want to take you on a trip. Where? I probably already been there at least 100 times. Where are you taking me? I already done it. Like I've already, and I say this because I fill my life with what I want. I'm not looking for someone to provide certain things for me. Now, you'll provide. However, it's just an addition. Okay? If you don't take me, I'm taking myself, okay? And truthfully, I don't want to sit in economy and like a basic room. I didn't even do that with my family. So there's that. But I'm sharing all this to say, fill your cup, fill your life with, I know, I just saw that. I just saw that. Let's see if it's connected again. I'm going to wait till the light goes green because it should be connecting again, but I don't quite know if it has. Let me know if Nia, if it has connected again, because I still just see a red light. I'm outside and I'm on my data. I'm not on the Wi Fi because the Wi Fi can get real wonky when I'm outside in the backyard. But I think it's back. So, when we're talking about confidence, when we are talking about dating, what we're really talking about is the love we have for us, the love we have for us. Let me try one thing. Just a minute. Anyone on my live on YouTube, I'm just selecting something to connect so it will not lag on my TikTok live. So we'll see. Nia, let me know if it's connected because it's still showing that It's not. However, I hope it will connect. Tools to get back to our highest, most comfortable self within ourselves. How do we do this? 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 And I spoke about this 2 or 3 days ago when I was on live. We got to ask ourselves, how do we even feel about ourselves? How do you feel about you? How do you feel about you in this moment? Do you love you? Do you respect you? Can you forgive yourself? Do you like yourself? Do you love yourself? How do you feel about you right now? Let me see. Is it a bit better? Because if not, I will just shift around. I'll get closer. So maybe it won't be as bad. Hold on. I'm going to take off the Wi-Fi. Right. Asking ourselves, how do I feel about me? How do I feel about my body? How do I feel about my direction in life? Do I even know what direction I'm going in? Do I care? Do I think it's up to me? Do I believe it's something outside of me? What is it about me that's keeping me from the life I want? What is it? What is it? What is it? That's important, because once we can pinpoint that, we can really start to build us. We can really start to say, hey, I want more of this. Hey, I want more of this in my life. I want more freedom in my life. I want to feel healthier in my body. I want to feel that I'm doing something that's meaningful in my life. But until you know, you're just acting as if. You have to actually know where you are. And everything I do is always speaking of confidence. Of confidence. Is it still lagging? Let me know if it's still lagging. Okay, I don't know. Okay, on my YouTube live, I'm just restarting my TikTok live. So bear with me. Okay, so now I've restarted the live. Let's see if it is a bit better now, because it was not connecting and I don't know what's going on. So I may just actually end this live and I'll come on in let's restart in 2 hours so I can finish this confidence worksheet that I was doing, and I'm going to log back on, and I'm also going to record more YouTube content. So I'm going to do that and I'll come back on. Thank you all for who are involved and who are in both of my lives. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in about 2-3 hours.